Hello and welcome. My name is Kayla and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can tell, I don't really have a set intro yet, and nor is this really going to be the content that I'm going to be consistently making, but nonetheless, it is going to be my first official YouTube channel. So you may be asking yourself, Kayla, why are you even posting this video? As you can tell by the title, this is a Q&A video about the 75 hard challenge because I completed 75 hard. I posted a lot about it over on my Instagram. If you want to go check it out, I have it in one of those little story save buttons. And it was just something that was super accomplishing for myself. So I wanted to create a video of just the questions that I got during 75 hard. And for anybody out there who may be interested about learning other people's 75 hard journeys, or maybe you're thinking about starting it yourself, this video is perfect for you. So without further ado, let's get into the questions that I was asked and just basic 75 hard questions overall. First question is gonna be pretty plain and simple, which is what is 75 hard? So in case you're not familiar with what 75 hard is, it is a 75-day challenge that is workout / wellness based. All the things I'm about to list off, you have to complete each day for 75 days straight. So obviously, number one is there's no cheat days, which does include alcohol. You cannot have a drink during this challenge. Second thing is you have to do 2 workouts a day. Each workout has to be at least 45 minutes and one has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day or 128 ounces. You have to read at least 10 pages of a personal development / self-help book. You have to have a diet of your choosing that you follow. I personally chose calorie deficit for the goals that I wanted to reach with this. And lastly, you have to take at least 1 progress photo a day. Personally, I just took 2 from 2 different angles to help me see my progress a little better. One additional thing that I will note is that there are several phases to 75 hard. What I just listed was phase 1. I only completed phase 1. I am not continuing to do phase 2, 3, or 4, where it's like a whole year program essentially. I'm sure there are plenty of other videos and ways that you can Google search what all those are. I'm just gonna be talking about the phase 1, the basic quote unquote 75 hard that the majority of people talk about when they say they complete 75 hard. Next question here is, when did you do 75 hard and was it a good time frame for you? I completed 75 hard starting on March 20th of this year and I ended on June 5th, meaning I was completely done on June 6th. If you do the math on that, yes, it is 78 days. And that is because, this is an important note, I found out this like 3 weeks into 75 hard. You cannot quit a book. My first 3 days of 75 hard, I was reading just whatever book that I had here because Amazon had delayed my original book in delivery. So the first 3 days that I didn't actually count. But obviously I needed to truly do the challenge for 75 days to actually accomplish it correctly. But I live in Wisconsin, so I would say that like end of March to end of May timeframe, I mean, I did go a little bit into June, but is like perfect. There wasn't a ton of snow this year. There was only one day that I walked outside that there was like a lot of snow, and there was like 2 days that I walked out where the rain was really bad. Also, I don't know, maybe just me personally, that's like the time of year that I don't have as many events or things going on or weekend plans or stuff, weddings or other hangouts and stuff like that. So it really just ended up being like the perfect time frame for me. There was only a couple of weekends that I really just had to like make sure I stayed strong because I had plans for those. But all the people that I had plans with for those weekends were incredibly supportive. There was even a bachelorette party where like the bride even came with me to do one of my workouts with me, which was just so incredibly supportive, and she didn't have to do that, but I mean, I love her for that. Yeah, so I didn't have any troubles doing it at that time period. It's honestly the time period throughout the entire 12 months of a year that I would recommend. The next question I'm gonna answer is, why did I choose 75 hard? I'm gonna turn this question into a 2-part question kind of. I'm gonna talk about why I even decided to start a wellness journey to begin with versus why did I choose 75 hard. Before I moved out to where I am now, I couldn't even go up the stairs in my own apartment without needing a serious break on the couch. And I'm talking like sweating, red in the face, panting, wheezing. I'd be on here for like 10-15 minutes and I just would have carried like 4 grocery bags with me. Just as a general consensus, I don't have any underlying health issues besides the fact that it was very apparent I had gained some serious weight. The people in my life, they were like, hey, I'm genuinely concerned that this is taking a toll on your health and I know this isn't the direction you want to go in life. So they really woke me up to being like, I need to take this more seriously than I am. And the reason that I started 75 Hard is because I had tried just going to the gym, tried just telling myself to eat better, and I would always just fall off. I've seen so many other people in my life do 75 Hard, and it was something that had more structure with a difficulty level and really gave you that sense of like pride at the end because there was like a finish line to it. And I'm like a pretty competitive and like headstrong person when it comes to pushing myself. Let me tell you, it's not an easy thing, especially in the first half. To literally contorting your like day-to-day life to achieve this challenge and do something for yourself, it was a lot of work. The next question is, what diet did you choose and why did you choose it? I chose the calorie deficit diet. There are several hundreds of diets you can choose out there. Definitely take the time to look into what diets are going to be the best for you if you're thinking about 75 Hard. But for me, I chose calorie deficit because before 75 Hard, I would go grocery shopping and never look at a nutrition label. Like, ever. So me doing calorie deficit really helped me understand the types of things that I should be putting into my diet. What can I afford in a day? If I want a sweet treat, how can I afford it in my day? Something going into 75 Hard that I've struggled with is like overeating and binging. The only laps that I was doing prior to 75 Hard was from this couch to that fridge and pantry, like back and forth. Even when my stomach would hurt, I just wanted to eat everything, and it's still something that I'm battling with. I'm doing much better now, but I will be open and honest, I've had some bad days still with my binging post 75 Hard. So calorie deficit really helped me not do that. And also just like alternatives for other things that taste just as good, but don't cost me as many calories. Personally, myself, I did not have a bad relationship with calorie counting. I'm sure you can guess from just me talking about it. Yes, calorie deficit did exactly what I wanted it to do. It's helped me with my overeating. It's helped me understand how much they really are costing me per day and things like that. And I know there is a conversation out there that calories don't count. And I would agree that there are days where you should just treat yourself and not worry about it. But somebody like me who is trying to better themselves and better my understanding and my relationship with food, it is important for me to not ignore those things. If you're somebody who's struggling with the same thing, just know that I believe in you. I know how difficult it is. I know there are days where you literally just can't even get the thought of food off of your mind. I'm with you. We're fighting this together. Next question is, what were some of your favorite snacks / food alternatives that you discovered in 75 Hard? I'm gonna do this really quick speed round. I obviously don't have everything here, but these were just some of my favorites that I've still incorporated in my life today. First off, these protein bars right here. They are the Lenny and Larry's Cookified Bar, specifically the cookies and cream flavor. They have 12 grams of plant-based protein and they're 160 calories per bar. These things, I kid you not, taste like an Oreo, maybe even better. Doesn't taste like a protein bar at all. I love these. Next thing, I found out that Hershey bars are only 210 calories. I love putting these in the freezer, so I would do that and dip it in a reduced fat whipped topping. There's only 20 calories per 2 tablespoons. So I would just a little bit of that. Sometimes even take 2 of the little bars and like make like a little mini sandwich. Very, very good. Next, keto bread. Each slice of this white keto bread is 35 calories, where like your typical like one slice of bread could be anywhere from like 70 to 110 calories. So if I wanted a sandwich, I'm having the cost of 1 normal slice of bread in 2. And this, literally, you cannot taste the difference. Kind of going off the same thing there, the carb counter tortillas. These are 60 calories where a normal white flour tortilla is 120. Tastes exactly like a white flour tortilla. 2 of these equals 1 of those. So do the math. Next is I can't believe it's not butter. I have the spray right now. Honestly, I don't know if this is worse for you chemical wise, all the other things that's in here versus like actual butter. 0 calories. So I said, hey, sold. Next are the Tyson blackened chicken breast strips. 3 of these strips are 110 calories. These are really good for meal prepping or if I just wanted to make a snack or a meal really quick. Next, I'm sure a lot of people know what this is, but Halo Top ice cream. The whole container is 300 calories. I actually think this tastes better than most cartoned birthday cake ice creams. I specifically really like the cake batter birthday cake one. I still buy this and I still love it. And my last one that I have in my house that I will show, I think a lot of people know what these are too, Yasso Greek yogurt bars. I have the chocolate chip cookie dough right now, which I think is my favorite flavor. I don't know why it's so, like, it looks like it's gonna explode. But yeah, I even bought these before 75 hard and love them. The next question I have is, what are some difficulties that you had to overcome? I am gonna put just like a slight trigger warning on this part here. I'm gonna be talking about some mental health stuff. The beginning of 75 hard, I would say for like 3 to 5 weeks in the beginning, I was in a very mentally dark place because I was incredibly hard on myself, beating myself up. Why did you let yourself get to this point? I used to be pretty athletic when I was younger, so I was beating up myself about not being able to do certain things, the ability that I could when I was younger, actually getting to a point where maybe I should have even stopped the challenge because of how dark my thoughts were getting. Community and connection really also did help me continue going through 75 hard, but I wish I would have had more internal conversations with myself and maybe even super close people about where I was mentally. I should have bottled that up as much as I did. Thankfully, I did push through it, but like, I kid you not, if it was a slight more deeper and darker than it was, it could have been really bad and not okay. Something I did in the second half of my 75 hard journey that I feel like really helped me and my outlook and my mental headspace was just focusing on each day individually instead of looking at it at the bigger picture. I started being more complimentary to myself, even at the end of each day, just being like, you did another day, let's do it again tomorrow. Don't keep going if you are in a seriously dark place. It's okay to restart and you are in the right space to do it. All right, the question that I'm sure many people have been waiting for, which is overall reflection and results of 75 hard. Did I complete the things that I wanted to? What are my thoughts on 75 hard overall? So my 3 main goals going into 75 hard was I wanted to lose at least 20 pounds. I wanted to better my relationship with food, and I wanted to work on my stamina. I'm so happy to announce that I did achieve all 3 of those goals. I didn't want to be super hard on myself with like a ton of goals or things like that because I just really wanted to see improvements, which I did. I did lose 20.2 pounds in the 75-day period. Stamina, I kind of tracked by doing like the Stairmaster. On day 1 of 75 hard, I couldn't even do 5 minutes at a resistance of 4 without needing a break. Like, it was super difficult for me. And by day 75 or 78, whatever, I was able to do a resistance of 5 for 15 minutes with just like a normal workout sweat. I felt in my core. I was like, oh my gosh, like I can like physically feel that improvement. And like I talked about in the calorie deficit, I'm sure you can see that I did better my relationship with food, knowing what I should be allotting myself on normal days. Didn't exclude anything when I did the calorie deficit. I still have had some slip ups with some binging, but you're not just gonna be able to be like completely a whole new person and never see those challenges again. I've only had, I think, 2 or 3 slip ups since then, and it's been a month. Yeah, I for sure had improvements in all areas that I wanted to see. As for my thoughts on 75 hard, overall, at least the phase 1 that I did, I had a very good experience with it. For me personally, although I'm not much of a reader, that dang gallon of water was for sure the hardest part for me. Going into 75 hard, I honestly didn't think that the water was gonna be that difficult on a daily basis, but there were nights at like 11:45 that I'm like trying to chug 40 more ounces and I'm getting up like 3 times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Like, I was so happy to be done with the gallon of water. I know there are people out there who don't like the taste of water. I love water, but I was excited not to drink water the day after 75 hard. But let me tell you, she did her job, because look at my skin here. That is what my skin looked like a couple days before I ended 75 hard. And those are no filtered, just close-up iPhone pictures. Like, that wasn't even a result I was going into 75 hard thinking I would achieve. Not that I had extremely bad skin before, but like, that is like skincare commercial worthy skin. I do need to up my water game again. I've just been enjoying drinking other things than water this past month. But yeah, she did her job. There were days that were challenging. There were days that I felt like I was adapting to it really well. Overall, it challenged me. The difficulty level that I at least set for myself in 75 hard matched perfectly to what I was able to contribute. I do work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So having to like literally basically dedicate my life to that for the 75 days was a lot, but I was able to do it. And I do think other people in my position can definitely take on this challenge. I mean, you can ramp up the difficulty with this as much as you want, really. If you just want to do like outdoor walks with like a lighter diet, you can do that. If you want to do more intense workouts with a more hardcore diet, you can do it too. Don't just throw yourself into it because it's a pretty popular challenge out there. Take a second to sit down with yourself and figure out when's the right time for you to take on your challenge or start your wellness journey. What can you contribute right now? And are you in the right headspace? There's a lot to have personal conversations with. Coming near the end here, one of the last questions here is, would I do 75 hard again? I know this answer may be shocking, but no, and let me explain. I would not do 75 hard again for 75 days. I know there are people out there who have kind of turned it into a 30-day challenge to kind of help people get back on track, which is something that I would do, but doing it all over for the 75 days again, I kind of feel like I just already achieved that finish line and I want to move forward, especially because of the fact that I honestly don't find a ton of enjoyment out of reading. Keep in mind, I did enjoy the books that I read, but personally, I just don't enjoy it as much. I would much rather journal, which if I were to do a 30-day version, I might even do that. But like I said, I have great things to say about 75 hard and I'm glad that I did it. I just wouldn't do it all over for the 75 days again. But I even see myself in the next year from now doing the 75 hard, but in a 30-day version. And that is what I have to say on my 75 hard journey and 75 hard in general. Thank you so much for seeing this video through. I appreciate you tons. Here's where you can find me on my other socials. And like I said before, this isn't going to be like my usual type of content. I just really wanted to post a video of my reflection of 75 hard because it is something that I really truly feel proud of and wanted to commemorate in some form. I'm going to be posting more of an introductory video. Until then, I will see you guys in the real first video of K. Marie Lovely. Bye. Look at my cute little supporter. He's just sleeping and watching mama.